All right, a very good evening, or good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's joining us for this information session for educators. I'm Devesh Lathi from the Next Genius Foundation, and this is going to be a very brief call, about 25-30 minutes long, where I'll share with you about the program and about a couple of new developments that have taken place here at the Next Genius Foundation. But let me welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here and for joining this session. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing some information with you and also getting some questions from you or any information that you would like to share with us. So let's get started. So I'll just share my screen now. And the Next Genius Scholarship Program, a lot of you who are joining already know about us, and this might just be a session for you to maybe just refresh your knowledge about Next Genius, while a lot of you might have heard about Next Genius for the very first time. But let me just tell you in a very few words what Next Genius is. Next Genius Scholarship Program is India's largest undergraduate scholarship program. We help students with scholarships for their undergraduate education. Now, how it works, how the whole process works, we'll see that. And but before going into that, let me just share with you three stories of students who won the scholarship and what they are doing right now. So I think that might really help you understand what a Next Genius Scholarship winner does after winning the scholarship. Yeah. Let me start off with the story of Samyukta Narayanan. She received the Next Genius Scholarship in 2019. She is a full tuition scholar. She is at TCU, Texas Christian University. She'll graduate next year. Currently, she is pursuing she's pursuing a major in electrical engineering at TCU. And she is also working as a STEM tutor. She is also working in the student success team. She is also a part of the students development and services and interning. She pursued an internships in Cummins as a dynamic system and controls and functional excellence intern. Samyukta applied to Next Genius in 2019, and she was a student at Global Indian International School that year. That's student number one, Samyukta Narayanan. The second student, Rohan Bandekar, just graduated this year from Juniata College. She won the Next Genius Scholarship in 2018, and she did his graduation. She pursued a major in multimedia production and business. So he designed his own major at Juniata College, and he studied multimedia and digital communication at Juniata. So that was a very sort of exciting combination of media and business. And he used to do lots of videos at Juniata. He was a part of the admissions team at Juniata, and he used to make his own blog, which became very popular with the students. He's currently working as a creative director at WD Strategies, which is again a media and a marketing company in the US. He applied to us from DY Patil International School in Pune. And the third student is our very first scholar, Anushka Agarwal. Anushka went to Wheaton College, and I can see Barry in the audience. Barry is Anushka is a scholar from Dhirubhai Ambani International School. I believe Barry was the counselor when she was at Dhirubhai Ambani, and she graduated in 2020, and currently she is pursuing her master's degree in human-computer interaction and human factors at Rice, and she's also working as a UX research intern at Oracle. So again, these are just three of the 234 Next Genius scholars who have won our scholarship and are now doing some fantastic things in their lives. So Next Genius not just offers these students the scholarship, but they provide these students with a platform. They provide these students with a community which supports each other, which sort of mentors each other and help each other and help them become leaders in whatever they are doing. So with those three stories, let me just share with you about the impact that Next Genius has had in the past 7 years. 234 students have won a scholarship, a Next Genius scholarship, and these students have come from 110 schools across India and some Indian schools in the neighboring countries like Singapore, Dubai, and even Nigeria. These students have come from 130 students have come from metro cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Ahmedabad. 51 students have come from tier 2 cities like Indore, Lucknow, Jaipur. 37 students have come from tier 3 towns, so very small towns like Erode or Jamshedpur, or they have come from rural parts of the country. And 16 students have come from cities abroad, just like I mentioned, Singapore, Dubai kind of places. 119 of these scholars are girls and 117 are boys. So yay, girls are leading. Wonderful. Actually, that has been a case for a long time with Next Genius. A lot of times we have had seen more girls winning the scholarship than the boys. 99 of these students come from international curriculum schools, so IBDP and Cambridge curriculum schools, and 135 students have come from Indian curriculum schools or state board schools. So Indian curriculum schools would include all your CBSE and ICSE schools and state board schools, of course. The average scholarship, when we calculated, the average scholarship comes out to be about 40,500 US dollars per year. That's the average amount of scholarship that the Next Genius scholar has won. And here is just a brief trajectory of the number of students who won the scholarship in the past 7 years. So the line below shows the number of colleges that were a part of the Next Genius scholarship program. So we started with just one college, Wheaton College in Massachusetts. And then every year we very consciously added only those colleges where we felt Indian students would benefit tremendously. And that's why we just added a couple of colleges every year. At the other end, we saw the number of students winning the scholarship also increased every year. In the very first year, we had 2 students winning the scholarship, and that number increased gradually. This year, as we talk with you, we aim to offer 100 scholarships. That's the goal. And hopefully we'll be able to support 100 students in their dreams of gaining that world-class education. When I talk about the community, the Next Genius Foundation is truly a community where not just the scholars, but the colleges also find and support these Next Genius scholars and help them as they grow in their careers. Next Genius, we also do lots of workshops and activities which will help these students as they grow in their careers. So the first thing that we do is we invite speakers, we invite leaders, and we do webinars and workshops for these scholars. These scholars get a chance to become the ambassadors for their high schools and invite their juniors or mentor their juniors and help them also win these kind of scholarships. Next Genius scholars have access to internships and volunteering opportunities. So we connect them with internships. In fact, a lot of Next Genius scholars also intern directly with the Next Genius Foundation. And a very strong part of our program is the mentorship. So the juniors mentor the seniors. So if a scholar won a scholarship a couple of years ago, they can just mentor the juniors who are recent scholars. They help them with their resume, they help them with their graduate school applications, their job applications, and so on. So it's a community where all of them support each other, and they sort of mentor and guide each other all through their uh, career, all through their journey in the college and even beyond the college. So the next thing is about how the program works, and that's what I'm going to talk about. What is the program timeline and how your students can apply for the scholarships? So this registrations for our scholarship program opened last month, and your students can simply go on our website, that is next-genius.com. Maybe Kajal, you can post that in the chat box, the website link. And once the students register with us, they have to take an online test. This is a simple maths and English test, which they can take from their laptops or their phones, from their home. Yeah, we encourage the students to take that test from their laptops, from any place of their convenience. How to prepare for that test? We have a small booklet which we give to the student who registers with us, so they are able to prepare for the test. Once they take that test, the next step is college selection. So the students are shortlisted. They're notified that, okay, you are shortlisted for the next round, and the next round is college selection, which is where they identify their top 3 preferences from the list of 22 colleges that we have on our website right now. They have to give us their top 3 preferences, and we then assign them just one college from their top 3. That assignment, or that college allocation, we call it college allocation. That allocation is done on the basis of their score in the level 1 test, on the basis of the major that they are planning to study, and on the basis of their overall profile. We assign that college, and that's when the student either confirms to us by paying a refundable deposit of 4,000 rupees, which is completely refunded to them at the end of the process. But that is a confirmation, because they are blocking an interview spot with us. So there are limited seats. And as you can see in the interview room, there are 20 seats approximately per college. And since a student blocks this, they confirm to us by paying that 4,000 rupee refundable deposit that, yes, I would like to go ahead in the process and be considered for a scholarship at this college. And here is a refundable deposit. I'm putting down a refundable deposit. So once they do that, then they work on their college applications. All of you, all the educators, the counselors, you help them with the college application work. The deadline for submitting the college application is January 1 for all the colleges. They apply regular decision, right? So let me just once again say, they do not apply ED. It's non-binding. They apply regular decision, and they submit their applications. Then they are interviewed by Next Genius and the colleges in a group interview format online. So until 2019, we used to do that in person, and everyone used to fly down to Mumbai, and we would do something like this that you see in the photo on your right. And but the whole process has shifted online. So the students participate in the interviews, and at the end of it, on January 26th, which is the Republic Day in India, they are offered, or we announce the scholarships. And finally, of course, they have until May 1, which is the enrollment deadline for these colleges. So they have until May 1 to take that enrollment decision. What do we look for? So Next Genius scholarships are open for grade 12 students and gap year students. So anyone who is in grade 12 or gap year, they will be able to apply to us for scholarships. Citizenship-wise, citizens of Bangladesh, India, and Nepal are eligible. Indians living abroad are eligible. And foreign nationals studying at Bangladesh, India, and Nepal are eligible. So just a case study, a student who is, let's say, a Canadian citizen studying in India, yes, they are eligible because they are studying at a high school in India. A British citizen studying in Bangladesh, yes, they are eligible because they are studying at a high school in Bangladesh. Indian citizen living in Dubai, yes, you are eligible. Indian citizen living in Singapore or anywhere in the world, you are eligible. And of course, citizens of Bangladesh, India, and Nepal living anywhere in the world, they are eligible for the scholarships. Next Genius scholarships are need aware, which means that since Next Genius covers only tuition fees, that means the living expenses are the responsibility of the family. So while the students can win full tuition scholarships through the Next Genius scholarship program, but living expenses in extremely rare conditions are covered by the funds we raise. But in most of the cases, the families will have to take care of the living expenses. They might take a loan, but not a huge amount. And we also provide guidance on how much loan to take, how to approach the loan scenario, how to reach out to the banks which would provide them these education loans. But the primary thing is that we are need aware. That means the family must be able to contribute a certain amount towards the education, and then the tuition is taken care of by the Next Genius Foundation. And we also look at college fit, which means when a student gives us their college preference, and if they their academics are not that strong, but they're still aiming for a college which is highly selective, then we usually won't honor that request. So college fit is important. We try to understand what kind of college a student is aspiring to go to, and then we assign them that college. So of course, that's also where the role of you as educators come in. You can guide those students and tell them that this might be a right fit college for you. This might be a college which you can apply to or add to your list when you're applying for Next Genius. So once again, when the students submit their preferences, they have to submit their top 3 preferences, and that's where the role of the counselors come in. You have to help them shortlist those 3 colleges, and eventually once you do that, they submit that form and we assign them just one of those 3 colleges. Very quickly, 2 new things that are happening at Next Genius this year. For the very first time, we have 2 Indian colleges where we are offering scholarships. So Plaksha and Vijay Bhumi are both fantastic institutions. They are new, upcoming, new age institutions, and we are proud to have them on our board, and we are proud to be offering scholarships at Plaksha and Vijay Bhumi. And at the same time, 2 new US colleges have also agreed to offer scholarship at the Next Genius scholarship program, University of San Francisco and Dickinson College. And the second exciting development is that for the very first time, students from Nepal and Bangladesh are also being considered for scholarships at Next Genius. That's all I had to share. Now, here is the list of universities where your students can win the scholarships. I'm sure you can see a lot of fantastic colleges here. We'll continue to share relevant information with you in the coming days, in the coming weeks. We'll also share with you some resources which would help you identify the colleges for your students. Let me actually very quickly share with you one resource which we find most helpful. That resource is called the comparison matrix. The comparison matrix is a Google sheet which you can use to shortlist the colleges. There is so much information out there. So we have just tried to bring all that information to you in a condensed format. And I would just request you to just put the link in the chat box of the comparison matrix. So this matrix is where you can see the list of all the Next Genius colleges. There is a brief introduction, the list of popular major, the closest international airport, what is the location setting, whether it's in a city, suburbs, or in a rural place, what's the weather like, what's the undergraduate strength, how many undergraduates study there, rankings. While we are not big fans of rankings, but as you would know, Indian parents are, so we just would provide you with these rankings. Tuition fees, approximate living cost, acceptance rate, whether the college is selective or highly selective, what's the average first year class size, and there is a link for a virtual campus tour here. And in the second sheet, you will find the list of all the majors that are offered at that particular college. So if you want to search a major, let's search biochemistry. So we'll see all the colleges which offer biochemistry as a major, right? Let's search international business. So international business, again, it's offered at some of the colleges, the international business concentration, business analytics, chemistry. So you can use this matrix and sort of try and identify colleges for your students. Yeah. Easy way of reaching that link is just type bit.ly/NGSP colleges, right? So that's a shortcut to reach this link, bit.ly/NGSP colleges, NGSP all caps. Yeah. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. Wanted to keep it short and sweet. So here we are. That's our contact details. Please feel free to reach out to us. And we are here for the next 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, we would be happy to answer them. But once